right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Hurricane Helene strengthening right up until landfall tonight. The impacts it brings to St. Louis.
Tonight, a former middle school teacher behind bars accused of child sex crimes.
Everyone wanted to be in his classroom.
The online group of former students who helped lead to his arrest. And a wrongful death lawsuit settled.
Even if it would have been $20 million, it wouldn't have been enough for my babies.
Tonight, reaction from the mother of a MoDOT worker who lost both her daughter and unborn grandchild. But we start tonight with the latest on Hurricane Helene. Within the hour, the Category 4 storm made landfall in Florida's Panhandle. The leading edge of the storm has already caused widespread flooding across parts of the state. Officials are warning of a catastrophic storm surge. And just hours from now, we'll be feeling Helene's impact right here in the bi-state. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Let's get right to weather impact. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell, who has been tracking the hurricane and tropical weather it will bring to the St. Louis region. Scott.
Well, it won't be anything like what we're seeing right now in Florida, but boy, it is coming ashore even as we speak. Landfall here in the Big Bend area of Florida. Sustained winds 140 miles per hour. This is just in. Hurricane hunters have been in the eye of the storm. 938 millibars. That's the pressure. If you have a barometer at home, probably goes down to about 29.00 inches. It's about the bottom of it. That's below 28 inches. That's a big, steep drop there. Here's the eye wall coming on shore right now. Very rural area here, but that area from Perry back towards Tallahassee getting some of the strongest winds. Again, those wind gusts could be on the order of 150 to 160 miles per hour right along the coast. It's going to bring tropical rains to St. Louis with some tropical downpours for us tomorrow. That will place us in a weather impact alert for Helene's impacts as we go through Friday all day long. Rain. The gusty breezes will start picking up, especially as we head towards lunchtime into the afternoon. And the heaviest rain and the strongest winds will be east and southeast of St. Louis. You will need some extra time on the roads tomorrow because of the wet conditions, both morning and probably the evening commute as well. You see that moisture feed swirling right now, that moisture up towards Atlanta into the southern Appalachians. And yes, even close to us, we've already seen some showers and a few rumbles of thunder coming across southern portions of Illinois. That'll fade a little bit as it tries to push towards St. Louis. But as we go into tomorrow, probably right from the get-go, we have rain that's in town, and we stay that way most of the day. Going farther north and west of St. Louis, we will see lesser amounts of rainfall, but the heaviest rain will be south and southeast. More on this in just a few minutes, Mike.
And members of the American Red Cross in Missouri are already on their way to Florida. These are photos of the team from Missouri. A team from Arkansas will join them down there. Both groups will help with the hurricane response.
And in preparation of tropical downpours in St. Louis, MSD is working to clear clogged drains. Crews were out with truck-sized vacuum cleaning debris from the drains. Officials say anything can cause a clog and lead to water overflowing onto the streets.
We see a lot of water bottles, trash. We've seen things like basketballs, skateboards, anything and everything that's laying in somebody's yard or laying on the street can end up in those storm inlets.
MSD says if you see a problem drain in your area, contact them. If it's safe to do so, they say you can clear leaves and other debris away using a rake.
New tonight at 10, a Missouri judge has granted a $500,000 settlement to the family of a pregnant MoDOT worker who was hit and killed on the job on Telegraph Road.
5 on your side's Laura Barcheski talked with the family tonight, who says they'll keep fighting for highway workers. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, Caitlin Anderson's mom says this decision is upsetting, but truly no amount of money would have brought her daughter and unborn grandson back.
I just miss my daughter.
Tanya Muskov says it's been nearly 3 years since her daughter, Caitlin Anderson, went to work for MoDOT and never came home.
My life is completely destroyed over MoDOT's lack of safety, and I really wish that we could do something in her honor to prevent this from happening again, because I just miss her.
She was 6 months pregnant with her son Jax when she and her coworker James Brooks were hit and killed while working on Telegraph Road.
What makes this so hard is because everyone knows that they violated numerous safety policies, yet they get immunity because they're the government.
Tanya has been in court fighting for Caitlin for years, and this settlement from the government is the last straw.
I didn't settle. I had nowhere else to go. I had no more fight left. There was There was nowhere else I could take it up to fight.
A Missouri judge has ordered MoDOT to pay her and Jax's father a little more than $500,000.
That's all that the state of Missouri politicians allows for an employer to pay if they cause a death of an employee.
But she says their lives are priceless.
The only people that won today and yesterday is MoDOT in the state of Missouri, not the employees who are going to put their lives in danger. You know, I didn't win anything, I lost. And I lost something that no amount of money could ever give me back.
So now she's going to keep fighting in a different way, going back to the State House so that no other family has to endure this.
Going back to Jeff City, making stricter laws for the highway workers. You know, I can't stop thinking about the police officer who just lost his life. We have to do something to protect our workers and just make change.
We reached out to MoDOT but did not hear back tonight. Tanya says they're hosting a gala for the foundation. She started in her daughter's name on November 9th. We have more information about that on KSDK.com.
The man accused of putting a Ferguson police officer in a coma may need a new attorney soon. Defense attorney Scott Rosenblum filed a request to withdraw from Elijah Gant's case. The request doesn't give a reason. Gant is charged in last month's assault of Officer Travis Brown during a protest. Brown is still in the hospital with a severe brain injury.
Tonight, a former teacher in the Pattonville School District is charged with 2 felonies for inappropriate contact with children. Court documents show Jonathan Streibel is accused of having and distributing an image of a child. 5 on your side's Brent Solomon is speaking with some of his former students who tell us they're not surprised by the arrest. Brent?
Mike, not only are they not shocked by this, they've also united on social media. They're now adults, and they tell me they've been sharing their stories with police and with the school district regarding their former English teacher.
He was the favorite teacher. Everyone wanted to be in his classroom.
A former Holman Middle School student in St. Louis County speaking with me after learning her 6th grade teacher is now accused of sex crimes with a child. Court documents reveal former teacher Jonathan Streibel is accused of possessing and distributing a nude image of a girl in a bathroom between 2021 and 2024.
He always gravitated towards females, always kind of singled them out both in the classroom, in the hallway, in his after-school club that he ran.
This former student is a moderator in this Facebook group, Students Against Streibel.
Just talking about past experiences with him, he would pick out a couple 2 to 3 students a year that if he was in 6th grade, he would try to ask them out. He had a list.
In a letter to parents, Superintendent Barry Nelson wrote, "The district is saddened to learn about this. Due to the nature of these charges, we want to assure our families that during this time in Pattonville, the district never received any reports related to the type of behavior described in these charges." Tonight, another former student sharing this message, saying Streibel sent it to her just last week. Quote, "Hey, stupid question. Your relationship isn't open, is it?" She says she immediately blocked him.
Unfortunately, we have to put a lot of boundaries in place because there are people who do cross those boundaries.
Heidi Sugatan with Safe Connections hears about these situations more than she'd like to.
They might act more on a peer level with the students, which can make them seem really cool. They might talk about adult topics with students, which can make the students feel like they're getting access to the adult world.
She says it's up to the community to look for red flags and support victims.
It can be a little scary to make a report. Maybe you don't want to get this person in trouble. Maybe they are the fun teacher, but you have to consider that whatever is happening to you may be happening to other students as well.
I think there's going to be more charges added eventually.
Streibel resigned from Holman Middle last year after working there since 2006. He's booked on a $100,000 cash-only bond, and he's due in court next month.
Right now, St. Louis police are investigating 4 business burglaries in a span of 4 hours. Officers responded to 4 separate calls late Tuesday night into early Tuesday morning. Thieves at the Rainbow Clothing Store and a Kids Foot Locker on Page Avenue in North City. Attempted burglaries were also reported at City Gear and Randall's Wine and Spirits in South City. Police aren't sure if the crimes are connected.
Procter & Gamble is bringing 100 new jobs to St. Louis. The company invested close to $200 million in a recent expansion of its North City location. P&G is bringing in new equipment as well as setting up a new warehouse and office building. Business leaders in the city say the new addition will benefit more than just Missouri's workforce.
They actually built a relationship with the St. Louis public schools. So being able to create curriculums where the students in high school can get expansion and exposure to these career opportunities for them to start having a living wage day one.
Richardson says the new jobs pay upwards of $60,000 a year. Crews at Busch Stadium are getting ready for music legends Billy Joel and Sting to take the stage tomorrow.
Their preparations there and at another popular musical festival are happening amid uncertain weather conditions. Holden Kerwicki shows us what's being done to protect fans from the impact of Hurricane Helene in the bi-state.
For months, music fans like Jennifer Floth have been waiting for Billy Joel and Sting to take the stage at Busch Stadium.
The day they went on sale, I bought the tickets. I would not miss Billy Joel for anything.
However, Mother Nature may have other plans thanks to the expected impact from Hurricane Helene.
This is a very large hurricane and it continues to strengthen.
That's why Floth says some of her friends are questioning if it's worth the commute from Carbondale.
There are some people that I think are really concerned about not just being there, but getting there, coming from as far away as some of us are.
The good news is that the National Weather Service has certified Busch Stadium as a storm-ready facility, so the show will go on.
I know that they're going to take care of us. If we need to be in a safe space, we'll be able to find a safe space.
Just down the road at Forest Park, they can't offer the same type of shelter at the Evolution Music Festival, so they brought in an outside meteorologist to keep an eye on the sky.
We monitor the wind speeds and the wind gusts, and lightning obviously is a critical one.
With that in mind, executive producer Joe Lotvig says the musical acts will take the stage, rain or shine.
Bring something that you can sit on that you'll be comfortable with that maybe won't get soaked through. Wear your rain boots if you've got them, just in case. Bring a plastic slicker of some sort. A lot of the fun happens, believe it or not, when you're in like a rainy situation.
We bought our ponchos. We're kind of ready for a little bit of an adventure, and we're going to have a good time.
Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
Organizers for both events are asking concertgoers to be weather aware and plan accordingly. Our team of weather impact meteorologists will keep you updated on air and on the 5 on Your Side app.
Once again, rain is putting a damper on a fireworks display in Bridgeton. The city has canceled tomorrow night's Family Fall Fest at the Bridgeton Municipal Athletic Complex. The fireworks were originally scheduled for the 4th of July, and they were postponed due to rain. Bridgeton officials say they'll try again next year.
Saturday and Sunday's rain chances aren't as impressive, but Friday looks damp and dreary. More on Hurricane Helene's impacts in 7 minutes.
Autumn's arrival means yard work is starting to pile up.
Fall is challenging.
Tonight we're putting popular tools to the test that won't leave you with aches and pains.
And just like that, it's time to start your outdoor fall cleanup.
Yeah, using the right tools can make a back-breaking job much easier and faster. And tonight, Consumer Reports tests dozens of these tools every year, so you don't fall for the ones that fail. As summer winds down, homeowner Alex Joyce prepares for fall. His tool of choice, a leaf blower.
So we got 3 acres, lots of trees, lots of leaves. Fall is challenging.
After hours of rigorous testing, Consumer Reports experts know all about what makes a good leaf blower. Testers weigh and strategically pile leaves into a designated area. Then, a timer is set to see how long each blower takes to clear the pile. CR says it's also important to consider how much each weighs and whether it's comfortable to use, especially if you have a larger yard.
The heaviest models we've tested weigh nearly twice as much as the lightest ones, and that can make a huge difference even after just a few minutes.
At under 7 pounds, this battery-powered skill is relatively lightweight and costs nearly half the price of some other recommended leaf blowers. A chainsaw can be a handy tool too if you've got bigger branches or even tree limbs to tackle. CR times how fast each chainsaw cuts through a 10-inch square oak beam. As you can see, some saws are faster than others, but fast isn't great if it's not safe.
We test chainsaws for a number of safety features for things like kickback when cutting, but we also just look for some really basic things like whether it comes with a cover for the blade.
CR says you can cut fast and safely with this battery-powered Scenics. Pressure washers can make light work of heavy-duty cleaning, But if you don't use them correctly, you risk damaging paint, wood, stone, or even yourself. That's especially true when it comes to the narrowest nozzle.
We think 0-degree nozzles pose an unnecessary risk, which is why we say if you buy a pressure washer that comes with one, just toss it out.
Consumer Reports warns against pressure washing your roof. It's too dangerous to both you and your home. Instead, spray the roof down with a 50-50 mix of bleach and water and let any moss die on its own.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us again with the weather impact forecast. You are keeping a close eye on Hurricane Helene and its impact.
Yeah, and it's going to have impacts on us tonight. Those impacts are being felt in Florida, spreading now into Georgia. We have an extreme wind warning for southern portions of Georgia, including that Valdosta area now, as the strongest of the winds are pushing towards I-10 and will be pushing into southern Georgia. We're talking wind gusts over 140 miles per hour, perhaps right along the coast up to 160 miles per hour. You can see the storm surging in here, and Perry has really taken quite a hit here this evening. The hurricane warnings remain in place, and not only right along the coast, but they stretch well inland, north of Macon in Georgia. Tropical storm warnings continue farther to the north. This is going to have huge impacts for the southeast. Already more than 1 million customers across Florida and Georgia are without power, and that number is going sky high overnight tonight. For us, don't think we have to worry too much about power outages. There might be a few isolated power outages southeast of St. Louis where the winds are a little more gusty tomorrow, but it is a weather impact alert Friday for that rain and the gusty winds as all this moisture with Helene, which is moving to the north at 24, 25 miles per hour. That's very fast motion for a tropical system. That will take and bring that moisture right on into the bi-state region. We're already seeing moisture circulating towards us this evening, spreading across southwestern portions of Illinois, some of it even getting in towards St. Clair County and definitely down into Randolph County right now. So you'll see the rain chances increase to our south tonight. Most of us are looking at a steady rain from St. Louis south and east through the day tomorrow. And the heaviest rainfall totals out of this, upwards of 2 to 3 inches off to the southeast of St. Louis, but going to the north and west, those amounts really drop off considerably because it's a pretty sharp edge to that rainfall. As far as the winds go, the gusts tomorrow afternoon, 35 to 45 miles per hour, mainly east and southeast of St. Louis. It will still be breezy in the metro area for sure. Here's the timing with our futurecast. We bring the waves of moisture in through the overnight hours, and that tropical, fairly steady rainfall, which could be heavy at times, that shows up through the morning, midday hours, especially south and southeast of St. Louis, and then out Interstate 70 as well. Your afternoon winds out of the north-northeast, they will gust at times 35 to 40 miles per hour. We may have a few breaks in the rain chances as we head into tomorrow night, and certainly by Saturday and Sunday, it looks like the options for rain are much more limited across the area. So not a complete washout, and odds of thunder tomorrow evening pretty low in St. Louis. So think we may actually have some dry time for the concert over at Busch Stadium. So temperatures tomorrow will struggle to get out of the 60s in any one spot. Breezy, your weather impact alert tomorrow because of the rain, because of the gusty winds. Wind advisory for Clay and Jefferson counties in Illinois, as well as Perry County in Missouri for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. By Saturday, sure, there's still a rain chance. Most of the day in St. Louis will be dry. Your best chances for rain during the afternoon, scattered showers, and best chances will be east and south of St. Louis again on Saturday. And Sunday, the rain chances are even lower. So odds are Sunday, most of us are staying dry.
But not tomorrow.
But not tomorrow.
All right, Scott, thanks. Corey is here with sports.
Well, we have some Thursday night high school football, a typical offensive explosion between the Cardinals and Rockies at altitude in Denver, and a high schooler has taken a backyard game to another level. Stick around, sports is next.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
Just about the only thing of intrigue left in this Cardinals season is to see if they can finish above 500. After today in Colorado, they'll have to win at least a game in San Francisco this weekend to make sure that happens. It's Coors Field, so things are going to be wild on offense, and they were today against the Rockies. Cards hit back-to-back home runs for the very first time this season today. Lars Nootbaar and Paul Goldschmidt teamed up in the first inning to get it done. Ivan Herrera got in on the home run action later on. He has to have a larger role in 2025. However, the Cardinals bullpen could not hold on. They blew an 8-5 lead in the 8th inning and go on to lose 10-8. Sad day in Oakland, and one we've seen play out here in St. Louis before. The final game for the Athletics at the Coliseum before their owner moves them to Sacramento and then Las Vegas. Great catch by J.J. Bleday in center field to help the A's stay in front of the Rangers in the 7th, and they would close it out in the 9th for the 3-2 win. Over 5 decades of baseball in Oakland has come to an end. Fingers crossed we have a mostly dry night tomorrow for 5 on your sideline, but some schools weren't taking any chances. They moved their games to tonight, including our Tackle Hunger Game of the Week at Althoff. The Crusaders hosted Alton Marquette tonight, and undefeated Althoff came out on fire. Jaden Ellington to Boston College commit Charleston Colden, 6-0 Althoff. The leading touchdown scorer in the area made tonight look easy. Oregon commit De'Aaron Hill Jr. finds himself a lane, and he's just going to waltz right into the end zone for 6 more from a long way out. And if you're going to be on the receiving end of a sack from Mizzou defensive line commit Jason Dow, this is probably the best case scenario. Althoff rolls big time over Alton Marquette for the 49-0 victory to remain undefeated on the season. Tomorrow night on 5 on your sideline, I'll have the story of one of the most dominant athletes in the area. What sport does he play, you ask? Well, Waterloo freshman Ryan Trader as a cornhole prodigy. He's among the best in the world and has done quite well for himself when it comes to prize money so far.
I made pro last year, and I was ranked number 9 in the world. I was number 2, and then until the World Championship, I did really bad, and I got bumped down to 9. It's considered a job for me since, I mean, I'm basically making free money at my age because I don't have to pay any bills or anything. Both singles tournaments, it's a pro shootout and pro national. I won $10,000.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Number 20, SLU women's soccer hosted Loyola. You saw the graphic there. SLU has never lost to the Ramblers, but Loyola had sights on changing that in the first half. Jaden Harris scores, and the Billikens are on the ropes early. Stayed 1-0 until 11 minutes left. SLU's going to draw a free kick, and Lindsay Heckel is going to step up and bury it. Billikens tie the game at 1. That's how it would end. SLU gets their first tie of the A-10 schedule. The Blues continued training camp today at Centene, new to the club this year, is one of the oldest players in the NHL. Ryan Suter. This will be season number 20 for the defenseman. His dad, Bob, played on the historic 1980 USA Olympic team, and Ryan represented his country in 2010. Here is Ryan on why the Blues are a good fit for him.
They have a really good group of guys. They got a good mix of young guys, older guys. They got great goaltending. You know, Midwest. It's just it worked from all angles, I guess.
Tell you what, we went out and did that cornhole story yesterday. The only time he didn't put it in the hole was when we told him not to, and we wanted to see the other kind of shots he could do.
And how old is he again?
He is 14.
Wow.
My, he's laughing all the way to the bank.
He's just going to get better.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Corey, thanks.
Well, a local pizzeria is getting a bigger slice of the pie. How you can enjoy Katie's Pizza and Pasta beyond the bi-state.
A local pizza kitchen is going national. Walmart will now sell frozen pizzas from Katie's Pizza and Pasta. Walmart. Katie's pitched its pizzas to the company at their open call event. More than 500 other companies pitch products to Walmart. The restaurant says this is, quote, the American dream come true.
Love Katie's.
Yeah.
Well, a big change is coming to morning television. Today Show host Hoda Kotb announced this morning she will lead the broadcast next year. Kotb has served as co-anchor with Savannah Guthrie since replacing Matt Lauer in 2017. She first started at NBC in 1998 as a correspondent for Dateline.
And Scott continues to watch Hurricane Helene. He has a final check of our weather impact forecast.
Hurricane Center says it's official. Taylor County in Florida with the landfalling hurricane now officially at 11:10 is when they're saying it crossed. The eye crossed over shore and onshore, and you see the intense winds and rain with that. Those rain bands are incredible right now, and the winds still around 150 mile-per-hour wind gusts pushing into southern portions of Georgia, North Florida right now. It's going to be a mess there tomorrow morning, a storm surge and everything else, and that tropical moisture feeds right into the bi-state area, especially from St. Louis and then onto the east and southeast. So it will be wet tomorrow, a little breezy too, but nothing like the problems that the folks elsewhere will be dealing with.
There you have it, 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis at 4 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.